So the food we eat is not so good, the clothes we wear, not so good, and now the soil is dying. So now the world seems to be falling apart. Darryl, last chance you get to resurrect this world around us. He is speaking on small changes for a big impact in your food supply chain. Darryl D'Souza.
Yes. Thank you. So this is the same slide that I showed you earlier, and I'm going to give a little more detail about our involvement with our own food supply chain. People are spending more time on complaining. And because most of the time they think the problem is out there, they think that they know what is right and they're doing the right things. It's all about awareness. So if a person is really aware that they're doing something very wrong, they stop doing it. Okay? That's normal human tendency. You wouldn't like to find fault with yourself because you will feel bad. But when I'm saying it's about awareness, that people are not really aware what they're doing and its actual impact beyond themselves and in the system. So this is a little insight into what each one of us is doing and what comes out of it, that you are seeing in the daily newspapers, but you think, oh, that guy is a problem, this one is a problem, that is a problem. And I'm here to tell you today in this presentation that the problem is not getting solved because they are not the problem, we are the problem. That is the crazy loop we are in. We create the problem and we spend all our time and energy focusing on somewhere else. So how is it going to resolve? I'll start by presenting two stories of food. So this is looking like wonderful food, looking very fresh, some nuts, some roots from the ground, some grains, millets, fruits, pulses. Where does this all come from? Directly from nature. This is a farm that has got a multi-cropping model, very close to what I do, which is taught in permaculture principles. And these are the consumers of that food, probably just walking out of a farm or out of a forest, eating some of those berries. So this is the chain of food, okay? Now here's another story of food. And where does this food come from? It looks like a machinery plant. And people over here are even wearing masks. And what is the story of this food and where it goes to and what happens to the people? Similar structure, you can see. This is the last stage, after medicines don't work, what I spoke of yesterday. After you get so sick eating all your own junk that you're buying from these factories that are making food, this is the last stage. Treatment, blood infusions, saline infusions, and when that doesn't work, it's the road to death. Finally, organ replacements, amputations, and when nothing else can be done, you're dead. These are all the chronic illnesses so many people in the hospital suffer from. And here is another set of living beings who eat food, and they don't suffer from any of these illnesses. Like I shared earlier today, they don't do any manufacturing of food. and they are doing absolutely fine. I think we will also get absolutely fine and healthy once we stop manufacturing of all types of food. This is not philosophy, it is reality. That I'm just opening a window to some bigger realities that are happening on the planet. And here is a tin of tomato soup. So we are not happy with mangoes just in the mango season. Because we love mangoes so much, we want them all through the year and year after year. So we put them in a tin. And with all those chemicals in it that defy the laws of decomposition. Such powerful chemicals, preservatives, taste enhancers, emulsifiers, stabilizers, right? In that airtight container, atomic warfare is going on between all these molecules in our food. And we open this tin up and we put it inside our body, and they all are free to act individually, and they start stealing electrons from our throat, our gut lining, our stomach, all of that, and cause inflammation, ulceration, then it's tumor, and then it's cancer. So the first thing we're doing by eating such kind of manufactured and processed foods is serious damage to the human body. Many people, cholesterol is made so complicated that you have to read books and articles and latest research and all of that. Let me tell you very simply in 3 minutes what cholesterol is. You're brushing your teeth one morning in a hurry and your toothbrush misfires and it goes and bangs one side of your gum and you get a cut and it's bleeding, right? So then of course you wash it out and all of that, and next day when you go to bed and your next day you get up, there is a pain and there's a small yellow spot over there. So your body is repairing, and that yellow spot is cells of cholesterol. Where did it come from? It was supplied by your blood. Cholesterol cells, you can consider them the basic building blocks of life. An egg that has got so much cholesterol, yellow. Yes, it is out of that yellow that the entire chicken is going to be formed. As it grows in size, cellular memory transfers and those cells become into different parts of the chicken. So this cholesterol that is happening here in our body, it's like a repair mechanism, cells of cholesterol. Who makes cells of cholesterol in the human body? The liver makes. Like I gave yesterday an example when I was talking about cancer. You fall down on the road, you get a bruise on your knee, blood plasma, water-like liquid comes out. And because it's exposed to air, the ambient air dries it up, and in a day or two, you get a scab on it. But right from the point that you cannot see beyond your mouth, from here, right till your anus, entire digestive tract inside the body, blood system, all the systems, there is no free-flowing air. Okay, except when you burp and all, that's temporary. There is no air. So there is no ambient air to dry your wound inside. So there's a slightly different mechanism. So this hurt that you got on your mouth, it sent signals to the brain. Brain sends signals to the liver that certain cells are damaged. Please send cells of cholesterol through your bloodstream, deposit them there, and when they come there, the neighboring cells give them the memory, and in 2-3 days, that yellow patch goes away, and it's pink again. So that's how internal repair happens when there is no air. No scab forms. But this cholesterol, yellow thing, and you will see that it's yellow first, then as it gets yellow, it becomes dark pink, and in 1-2 days, it's light pink again. So there's a degree of yellow, red, coming back to normal color. So whose cholesterol in the body, in the blood, is going to show high? That person who is putting things inside their body through their food and through external chemicals, where it is causing scarring and ulceration, much like all those things in the packaged food product. So they are all foreign inorganic molecules that are scratching our digestive systems all the way. Even that refined cooking oil causes hardening of the walls of your heart. My uncle, who lived in Goa in the house, my ancestral house, he died of that. Enlarged, hardened walls of the heart. And even hard arteries. So even this fried food and the oil that's going in your blood, it's hardening the walls of your arteries, and they become brittle. And when they start cracking inside, when they crack, again that liver makes more cholesterol. And that more cholesterol goes into your blood, and more of it is repairing all those cracks. And all the diagrams that you see, surgical diagrams of the cross-section of the artery, it looks like the artery is there, then it's little red, then there's all yellow edges. Okay? So that's all cholesterol. It's a repair mechanism. And we think, oh, what is all this yellow thing and all? Then the diameter of the artery from this much, it's become so much, because the rest of it is all these fatty kind of things. So that's all repair mechanism. So when will a person's cholesterol go down in the blood? When the liver gets the signal that no more damage is happening in various internal organs of the body, that's when blood cholesterol will come down. So this is what we are doing with all these packaged food products. Statins do not repair all of this damage. Now I'm continuing with the story. We eat these packaged food products, and then all of those packaging, whether it's Tetra Pak, whether it's a steel container, whether it's a bottle, whether it's whatever, it is going in our trash can and it's out of our house. And then we don't know anything else. Our house is nice and clean, and we like, oh, we are living a very, clean, neat life. All your junk is over here. And this is one of the biggest problems in Goa. Now the Tetra Pak, where did it come from? It came from here. All the paper from your Tetra Paks, they are causing deforestation. So lesser trees, lesser oxygen, ecological imbalance in the entire planet. This is an oil rig. Even the Tetra Pak, all the plastic that is made from all petroleum products. And you're wondering why the petrol prices in the world are going high. The mining of ores. Why are metals getting expensive? I mean, you'll come to see the later details maybe tomorrow of the actual amount of recycling that happens of tin and glass and paper and all that. You'll be shocked. People will give evidence that hardly 15-20%, even in the best areas in the world, is getting recycled. And you're just consuming and saying, oh, this paper, it's recycled. Oh, this tin is going to be recycled. These caps are going to be recycled. So, metal resources on the planet is getting lesser with all our tins. I mean, seashores are going, and even riverbeds are being, all the sand is going to make these bottles, glass bottles. So, a lot of depletion of natural resources on the planet. And these factories that are making the Tetra Paks and the tins and all of that, the paper around it, the color around it, all these extra dyes and all of that, they're going into the groundwater, they're polluting the groundwater, polluting the soil, pumping out, fumes into the air. So just see these packaged food products. I mean, we were living without them 25, 30 years back. There was no such thing as packaged food products. And because some people want to make food in a certain format and give us, and sell it to us and brainwash us, we get into the loop, into the trap, and subsequently we create all these problems on the planet. I want to share something it may sound sinister, but it is true. The way to make money in this world is, people in the forest and the animals, right? they get food for free. Even if we just pay money for the seeds, and that is only the first time you're growing a plant, you pay money for seeds. After you grow it and you cultivate it, you allow some of it to ripen fully and you collect your own seeds. So if you do it properly, you should be buying seeds if you're trying to grow food only once in your lifetime of some plant. It's not like every year you have to spend money and buy seeds. You save seeds and then you grow again. Right? So there is this very cunning model on the planet that you take something ordinary, make it into a shape and form that an ordinary person in their home cannot do, and then you advertise it that it's the most important nutrient in the world, and people will forget things in their own garden and they'll go and buy that. I mean, krill oil. You know what krill oil is? They're very small shrimps that these guys only from big barges that go out for 4-5 days into the sea, do deep sea thing, and through the net they get krill oil. And these guys are saying that, yes, there are some nutrients in krill oil, but similar oils you'll get from your vegetables in your garden. So the marketing is so good that you will leave your garden and you will pay top dollar, you'll pay 100 times the price to get something that you can grow in your own home. So this is the biggest model of making money on this planet. Take something ordinary, convert it into a form, or put it into a process that an ordinary person cannot do, make a product, and just market it and brainwash the people. We are such idiots. I mean, no other species on this planet is, they don't do that stuff. They're just eating ordinary stuff. But we have fallen into this big trap and causing all of these problems in the world. Depletion of all these resources. Yeah, the food, the packaging also takes, it has a price increase on the thing that you buy. So you're buying more expensive food. The last few lines are something more, but most of this, I'm saying this is the price we pay just for one thing. I don't want to eat natural food, and I want to eat something that is going to kill me faster and give me half a lifespan. And I also want to create all these global problems. What kind of sense is this? Even if you do not want to save the world and pollution and all, you at least try to save your own body and yourself, and you at least try to do the good things and teach something good to your children so that you don't make the same mistakes that we are doing. Teach them what is real natural food and how it can be done close to home. I just want you to analyze this slide. A plant-based, what is called vegan diet with no animal products is a very healthy diet. But some people have got it wrong on the planet and they're eating too much raw, and some people are, it's not organic, so they are having some deficiencies. Even vitamin B12 deficiencies that, vegans in cities, only vegans in cities have B12 deficiency. A vegan in a village who's drinking groundwater, growing their own plants and herbs and eating them, they have no vitamin D, B12 deficiency, no D3 deficiencies. My own patient who went through my book, changed his diet, and now he's a star athlete. He's India's first vegan Ironman, Mr. Siddharth Shukla. He just read the book and he followed it, and he achieved all of these things. And later he came and told me, and came and met me to thank me for his weight loss. He was a repeated kidney stone patient. 2 times he had kidney stone operation. He was overweight. He was lethargic, having other health issues. So getting on the correct healthy diet can make you from a sick person to a star. Today in India, he is known more than me for fitness, and he's teaching about, because triathlon is a swimming event, it's a cycling event, and it's a running event also, and he did barefoot running. Now he teaches colleges and professionals how to achieve all of this. This slide says a lot. Oh, we are having a water problem. Many places in the world, there is not much water to drink. Can you see where 80% of this water is going? To the animals who are using 10 times the amount of land in which we could have got 10 times the amount of fruits and vegetables. Poor guys, it's not their fault. If they eat a lot, they are going to produce methane, and that's going to cause global warming. But we have made these millions of cows and buffaloes on the planet. You should see in the factories how they artificially inseminate them and get their numbers high. This is unnatural what's happening on the planet. So, the problem is not in the who's running the supply chain. It is who's falling for it. And if we educate ourselves, then we can make the right choices, and we can, just by voting on your table, whether you eat in a restaurant, choose the proper restaurant, what you get in your home, choose fresh foods, and that will bring the right stuff into the system. The other stuff, even if it's lying over here, it'll lie over here, it'll date expire, it'll cause these guys losses. These guys are all businessmen, they just want to make money. So we have to show them how to bring the right kind of things into the supply chain and make money. We don't want to shut down their businesses down. So this is what we're trying to do here in Goa through a project, where with some friends and some interested people, we are trying to do an eco community that hopefully will span 200-300 acres in Goa. We're looking for that kind of land. We found smaller areas of 150 acres, but we want something like 200-300 acres to make a complete eco community that follows all these natural principles, where people can stay and people can grow food. And when you want food, you just go roaming into the farm, you harvest your own vegetables, and you bring it to your, so that means from the time it's grown till the time it's cooked, it could be just 2 hours. Now, how fresh is that? The entire current model of the planet, that is city, concrete jungle is in one place, and your food is in another 24 hours drive from another place, that is creating all of this packaging, preserving, petrol, global warming, all of these problems. And this is what we want for the Earthkeepers Market in Goa also, to be located at a place where there's a big farming patches are near to this, community, where you get a lot of range, so that we think that's the ideal thing. On the weekend, parents should bring their children. They should go in the farm. Children should see what is manure and how laborers are working and all. They should harvest their own things. That is the real, education we have to give our children from where our food comes. When I wrote my book in 2012, in 2011 I was writing it, and I put that word very clearly, become healthy or extinct, because I knew at that time I was trying to create an alarm, because I knew what is going to happen and what's going on in the world. And I was so happy that after some years, this is almost a statement that I saw about 1.5 years back in some presentations, that even United Nations is now telling people we are doing things that are making us extinct with regards to our food. So my request is to join our tribe. We have done this summit here to give you all the information and the tools and the people and the products. So please be the change that you want to see in this world. Thank you.